Okay, let's try that again. Sorry about that. I'm using my phone as my webcam, so sometimes I have to forget to disable the text or put it on Do Not Disturb. Otherwise, I keep getting texts throughout this. All right, cool. So thank you guys for tuning into this. Like I said earlier, today we're going to make guitar loops, okay? So for those of you who aren't producers or don't really follow the producer community, collabing and making loops is a really great way for producers to work with each other. One producer will make a loop, which is just like a melody, a guitar progression, a keyboard progression, some kind of a melody that just loops over and over again. Then another producer could take that melodic loop, add stuff to it, add drums to it, just that kind of thing, and build a beat off of it. So today I'm going to be making guitar loops. Something that, you know, obviously I'm very comfortable with is playing guitar. I have a lot of producers come to me and asking for guitar loops and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to focus on today. I'm going to start out with the Les Paul. I'm still PRS gang for life, but I do like to rotate through a couple different guitars for different sounds. So we're going to start with this Les Paul, and we'll get into the PRS a little bit later. So let's see, to say what's up to all the people in the chat. Warlock, Blood and Hope, Mark Lindberg, Maria. Thank you guys all for watching. I appreciate this. All right. Actually, I forgot to post this this link here to Twitch. I mean my Twitch to my Twitter, so I'm going to post that up real quick, and then we'll get back in. If I can figure out how to do that. I got to get faster at this stuff. All right. All right, so how's everybody's day today? Everybody good so far? Everybody stuck at home like the rest of us? All right, let's see here. All right, so we're gonna start. Let's find a nice tone here. So let's see right here. I'm using this Bias Effects 2 plugin. I really like this one. It's got a lot of really nice presets. So for those of you who are wondering guitar tone wise, I'm just running my Les Paul straight into my Universal Audio Apollo Twin. I have the Neve preamp setting on there. I think that's a really nice sounding preamp. And then I'm running that through Ableton Live, and I'm using the Bias Effects guitar plugin. So I'm not using any real amps or anything right now, although I love real amps. It's super convenient for you know, home producing or home recordings to get really nice guitar sounds this way. So that's what we're going to work on today. All right, I love this American Dream preset. I've used it a bunch of times, so we're gonna mess around with something on here. So I'm just gonna look for a progression or something that I like, and yeah, we'll start to record it. So I'll keep trying to check the chat, see what you guys are saying. I'd love some feedback on this stuff. Let me know what kind of stuff you want to see from me on these streams. If you don't subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitch, go ahead and follow or subscribe to me on those, so you guys can catch me when I'm doing all this stuff. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, that happens sometimes. For some reason, the update to this Bias Effects says that it's not compatible with the latest version of Mac OS 10 that I'm using, and it does that weird sound. So I apologize when it happens. I know it's super annoying. All right, some alternative vibes, definitely. Nope. Needs a little bit of tuning, although I tune it right before the stream, still sounds a lot of tune, so bear with me for a second here. Hey, that's nice to hear. I hope that you guys are learning stuff. That's the whole reason I'm doing this, is when I was really started focusing on producing and making beats and stuff like that, there was so much I didn't know I wanted to learn, so I just went to YouTube and streaming, and it's crazy how much you can learn just from watching somebody else do it. I mean, schools are great and all because it's, you know, there's a very focused program, but for those of you who are maybe in the intermediate stages and you kind of know the basics, just watching tutorials to learn new tips and new tricks is really awesome. It's definitely where I learned everything from. So what's up, Nay? What's up, Miss Pi A, maybe? What's up, Dre's Cave? Appreciate you guys watching. All right, let's go back to let's figure out this guitar progression. I think that's pretty nice. I like something like that. I am XG. What's up? Thanks for watching. All right, I'm gonna find a good tempo for this. So something like that's pretty close, kind of to what I was playing at. Let me hear. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you will be able to get these loops if that's what you're asking. I am XG. If you go to my BeatStars page, which is billymartin.beatstars.com, I have a bunch of other guitar loop packs up there already. But this is a new pack I'm working on. I'm going to do just a straight sort of emo pop punk guitar loop pack, you know, sort of in the vein of Little Peep, Ian Dior, Juice WRLD, all that kind of like vibe. So I'm going to be working on a new pack that's just that sound, and this is one of them. So the pack will be available soon. In fact, I will I'll link my other loops in the chat. So that's the link to my BeatStars. If you go there, there is a sound kit section. It's got all my loop packs up there. All right, so let's record something here. That sounded okay. And because I use Ableton Live, you'll see, hang on, I'm going to save this file real quick. Save this as loops. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just sort of put everything on time so that it sounds perfect. It's the best part of Ableton Live. Let's see. I know this part's boring, but it really does make a big difference because I'm going to double this part so I can pan them. And it's going to sound much better if everything is lined up on time. Just kind of worrying about where the one hits right now. If you grid the guitars too much, it definitely starts to not sound like a real guitar anymore. So just looking for some of the downbeats to hit right. All right, so let's go ahead and loop this and we'll listen to it back. Alright, so there's something there timing wise at the end that kind of sounded funky to me that I want to go back and listen to. Let's see. What was that? Alright, so these ones seem a little late. I think they need to start more like this. This one right here hits a little late too. Alright, that sounds cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to double it. So I'm going to pan one hard right and pan one hard left. I'm just going to do another one of these, sort of just talking about the difference of recording between rock music and hip hop. So a lot of you obviously know me from Good Charlotte, but I do a lot of beat making as well, like making instrumentals and beats for like hip hop, pop, all kinds of artists. So a lot of times you'll get a guitar sample from a loop pack or something, and it'll be a mono guitar, and you'll kind of affect it and just have this guitar loop that just sits in the middle and kind of a mono sound, which is, I think, a little bit more normal sounding in hip hop. But in guitar, very often you have a double track that's panned very wide, so you get that big rock sound. So when I make my loops, I try to think of it from a rock perspective. And you can always make something mono, you can always affect it, but you can't really take a mono sound and automatically widen it to stereo if it's not in stereo to begin with. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to double it. And yeah, I'm going to loop this so I could do it a couple times in case I don't hit it right perfectly. All right, and let's see. Sorry, just, you know, things on my computer as well. Just trying to keep track of everything. So what's up, Nay? Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Let me know about my sound too. If my guitar to my voice volume needs to be adjusted a little bit, I like to hear all that kind of stuff. So it's hard for me to tell how it sounds to you guys. So let me know if there's any issues or anything. It was just looping, but I had a good one in there, so hopefully we're okay. All right, so I'm gonna play this back. I'm gonna solo this one out and hear what it sounds like. That sounds pretty good. I'm gonna go check my timing on it. So those Ableton users out there, you see when I'm coming into my warp here and I'm changing this, it's automatically set to beats, because most of the time you're kind of quantizing beats and stuff like that. So sometimes it will pull the guitar and kind of make some weird choppy sound. So I like to set it to Complex Pro, which, you know, can really focus a little more on the sounds and really sort of like tiny little subtle changes in the guitar. It really actually makes a big difference. So I would suggest using that. Something a little off there I'm going to listen to. All right, this sounds pretty good. Move this back just a little bit here. Nice. Okay, so now I'll hear them together. Hard pan left and right. All right, cool. That sounds nice. So what I'd probably do now, group them together and put like a little bit of EQ and compression on them. And take out some of the lows, everywhere from like 100 hertz out pretty much for the guitar. And then I'm going to put this glue compressor on them. So now that I have that, the next thing I would do is come up with a second melody, like a lead or a texture or some kind of a second part. So I'm going to use Guitar Rig for this just to get a different sound. Another really great plugin for guitars. Let's see, I'm going to check in on my YouTubers too. Maybe Alia, I'm not sure how to say that name. Sorry. Benjamin Greenway, what's up, man? Thanks for checking it. Thanks for checking in. Okay, so let's see. Smoke to your sneaks. Let me see your question. So you record this on your own and then modify it with this music program. Kind of. I'm actually recording this music into this program. This is called Ableton Live, which is the program that I'm used to record. So my guitar is running through my interface, and I'm just recording these guitar parts right into the computer. Hopefully that helps answer that question. All right, so let's try to find another cool sound for the lead. All right, let's see. Kind of go into alternative. That's probably a good place to start. This one's a little heavy. Most of these guitar loops, you don't hear a ton of super heavy distorted guitars, so. Nice, man. I love to hear that. Benjamin said he's been working on music for his album in FL Studio, and the videos have helped a lot. I love that, man. That makes me really happy. So thank you for saying that, and thanks for watching the videos. All right, let's hear this sound. All right, that's kind of cool. I'm going to check my delays, make sure they're set up to sync with the BPM. All right. Let's see what kind of ideas we can get here. All right, so we've still got the original. I'm just looping this section right here, so even though it's the same part over and over, We're just going to focus on just the progression. All right, let's hear what we got. I'm going to do my other favorite cheat here instead of trying to figure out what key I wrote this in, because I could figure that out, but it would be a lot faster. Antares makes this auto key, which is super nice. You can just let it listen and it tells you your key. Alright, so it's telling me that we are in F major. Except my guitar is tuned to half step down, so I'm not really, so this would be G. I changed my sound, bummer. Okay, we're gonna have to go back. Check my tuning. I was using this alternative driven delay sound, right? All right, cool. What's up, Colin? Thanks for joining the stream. At this point, I'm kind of just jamming around, just playing some stuff until maybe I hear some notes that sound cool or something. However, the sound isn't working for me. It's too dull and it's a little too distorted. I need something maybe a little more effect heavy. Styles. I'm gonna actually go to pop because it has a lot of nice delays and cool kind of sounds in that vein. Also a little too distorted for me, but we can change that. And then maybe I'm actually gonna put some phaser on here. Use the Sound Toys Phase Mistress. I like this one a lot. Yeah, that already sounds the classic Billy Martin sound. I do love phasers. I'm going to put this reverb on it too, which is another really great plugin that I love. All right, let's try this again. Let's come back in here and see what we can get. There's that annoying sound again, sorry. It'll go away. liking something, but it still sounds a little too distorted to me. I need something a little cleaner, I think so. We're gonna go back and change the sound one more time. Although for some reason this guitar rig keeps changing my sound every time I go back to it, and that's annoying. All right, styles, pop. Okay, that one's nice and clean. That should probably sound good. Show you guys when I'm playing a little bit. I gotta get a taller chair, I guess. Alright, so I'm liking something in there. That's kind of what I do. I'll just jam around until I find something that sounds good. There's a few like melodies and phrases in there that I like, so I'm just gonna kind of go back and refine it until it sounds right, and then we'll record it. Alright, I like that. I'm going to check my tuning and then I'll go ahead and record it. Oof, this guitar rig is just glitching. Like maybe there's an update or something, because it just keeps going back to the original sound every time I open it. So I gotta stop opening it. Yeah, let's see. I don't even remember if this is the sound I had. I think this was it. Nope. Okay, that was it. Turn this on. Let's tune. What's up, everyone who's joining? XO Ducky, what's up? Thanks for checking this out. If you guys aren't already following me on YouTube and Twitch, I'd really appreciate the follow so you guys can keep up with me when I do these. All right, let's record this part. Okay, I like that one. So I'm going to take this, check my timing on it. So for any of you guys who are listening who are also music producers, what programs do you guys use or what kind of plugins do you use? I'd love to be turned on to some new stuff or figure out what everybody's using out there. Pretty good timing on that, actually. That sounded nice. Don't need to do too much changes to it. Did better before. Push the reverb up a little bit on this lead sound. I think I'm going to take whatever kind of chorus or phaser effect on the first guitar sound off, just because you don't want really two phasers battling each other. Can sound kind of messy. So I'm gonna hear what this sounds like if I take them off. I think it will help. All right, something like that, cool. Nah, he sees the YouTube too. What's up, boy, man? If y'all don't know, Boy Band is one of my most frequent collaborators. He and I have a couple tracks out, and his album comes out on Friday, and it's awesome. I got to work on 2 of the songs on the record, and it's some of my favorite new music I've heard in a minute. So make sure y'all look out for that new record, Alone in a Boy Band, coming out. And this kind of guitar loop is right in the alley of the kind of vibe and style that we do together a lot. So if you're digging this, you're going to love his record. All right, let's hear this all together. All right, so that sounds pretty good to me. Maybe I would add one more thing, just some kind of a cool textural sound that maybe doesn't happen every time, it just happens once. So we're gonna try put something cool like that in here. All right, let's see. I'm going to not use Guitar Rig because it's being difficult on me today, so Bias Effects is going to win, but then that's going to give us that weird sound, so can't really win today. Alright, let's see what kind of cool sounds we can get. I'm going to go for something really ambient here, and I may do like a lot of effect on it just to give it a cool sound. No, I didn't want to save that, dang it. Okay, so we're going to start with something really clean like this. And let's find some cool effects to put on it. Let's see. I definitely want some kind of a delay, so maybe we'll go my favorites window here. We'll take this Waves H delay, always a classic. let's start with something like this. And then I'm gonna filter it out. I don't even really know what kind of sound I'm making. I just know I want something that's kind of heavily filtered out and stuff like that, so. We're not getting that yet, but we will. Alright, now we're gonna put on some reverb too. This Tal 2 reverb is crazy. Alright, I'm looking for one more effect. I think I'm going to take this chorus effect from Universal Audio and try that. Thinking about doing something that's sort of like a volume swell or something like that, where I will play the sound with the volume knob turned down and swell it up, just for some kind of cool effect. So let's see how that sounds. Something like that's kind of cool. It's kind of hard to hear the volume swell when it's in the mix, so I'm gonna try to record it by itself, and then I'll solo it out for you guys to hear what it sounds like. Try one more. I keep missing that. It's a quick swell, but hang on one second. We'll get this. It's a little late. Alright, I'm feeling something here. Yo, Brandon Hoover, what's up, man? Thank you for watching this. I appreciate that. The master of sick guitar himself. Alright, so I'm going to let you guys hear this kind of volume swell thing I did here. I'm going to solo it out so you can hear it. So it almost sounds like a synth, something kind of like really haunting there. And so to get a cool effect like this, you want to have like a really long tail on your reverb, maybe some delay so that the sound will carry on. And what I would do is turn the volume down, pluck the note, and then swell the volume up and down real quick. So all you're getting is the tail. You don't hear the attack. You don't hear the initial down hit of the guitar sound. You're just hearing like the effect that the reverb and the delay does on it. Something I do a lot on Good Charlotte's song Bloody Valentine. That's really how I get that whole sort of like underwater, like trippy swelling kind of sound. So I actually learned it from Mike Einziger from Incubus. That's how he does the beginning of the Pardon Me riff, and that always like blew me away when I was first learning guitar and stuff. I loved that riff so much. So some cool volume swells. All right, I'm going to move these around a little bit and put them on time so that they sound better. Wasting Time Podcast. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. All right, let me put this hear this one on time, so what's good would be like, all right, so that one needs to come a little earlier, I think right here. Nope, too early. All right, that's better. All right, I think this will sound really cool actually with everything put together. Remember, whoever's watching this loop will be included in my next pack. So if y'all are producers looking for some loops, keep an eye out. Make sure you sub to my Twitch and my YouTube. Check out my BeatStars so you can be up to date on all this stuff. All right, let's hear this in context all together. I'm also going to put a little auto pan on this so the sound kind of drifts back and forth between the speakers. That's always a cool effect. Just going to increase the volume on that first swell because it's not as loud as the second one. All right, so for me, I would probably call it, I would say this loop is done. It's got its main chord progression, it's got a lead, and then like a texture sound, so. I'll go ahead and I'll solo out the other parts so you guys can hear them again, and then we'll go on and we'll start a new loop. Okay, there's your lead, and then we'll go back to the first thing we put down. And then our newest sound. All right, cool, that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just save this. It's already saved. And we'll make a new one. I'm not sure how many we'll get through today, but try to do a couple. In fact, I'll switch over to the PRS now, just for my PRS fans. And get a different sound with that one. All right. So where's everybody watching from? I'd like to hear it. All over the place. Brandon, I got you, man. I'll send it to you as soon as I'm done the stream. I'd love to hear what you do to it. Sorry, I keep missing some of the questions because I got Twitch and YouTube and Twitter all up. So, all right, let's see. The first comment on YouTube is, "Wish you would have streamed longer." Well, that's because my stream messed up and I started over about 30 seconds later. So I'm going. Don't worry. If I was to get the guitars and vocals recorded, do I offer service to write drums? Yeah, I can do drums. I have a couple different drum programs. There's one I use for live drums, GGD, Get Good Drums. That gives you really good like live sounding drums, or just program loop sound. So definitely something I do. Let's see. If someone without any experience would want to try and produce music, what kind of knowledge would they need to have? Well, I think for starters, you need some patience because if you're really new to something like this, definitely going to take a minute. But you need to get a computer, most likely, and some kind of an interface. You need an interface is what connects your music or your microphone into the computer. So there's a lot of different interfaces out there. You need a computer, you need an interface, some headphones, some nice speakers, and time. Just watch a lot of YouTube tutorials, mess around with things, try out different sounds, try things out, and just, you know, a lot of it is experimentation until you find which things you think sound good or what works for you. But man, I learned so much on YouTube. So YouTube is a really great place for just, you know, figuring that kind of stuff out. All right, let's get another one going. Let's go for a different sound, obviously this time. Let's see. That's got a cool like octave effect on it. That might be cool. It wasn't what I was thinking, but it could be fun. All right, let's check back in and see everybody's from. We got some Maryland, some Germany, Wisconsin, Oregon. Nice, cool, all over the place. I'm in California. All right, let's try this new sound out here. Yeah, that's really weird, but really cool. I feel like I need to take some low end out of it, so right away I'm just gonna put some EQ on this and take some of that low end out. Maybe if I was doing a lead, I'd want something, but I'm gonna usually like to start with chords, so let's just start playing around and see what I can come up with. I like this progression, but I don't know if this sound is right. It's kind of cool. I wonder if maybe I save this sound for the lead. We'll come back to this sound because it is really cool, but not right for this. It's also a little more distorted. Have I ever done any heavy music? Yeah, I actually have a multiple heavy music projects that I'm getting ready to put out. Me and my dude Kid Bookie have a whole EP that we're gonna put out in the next couple of months. That's definitely just a kind of like straight up new metal. I'm a huge new metal fan. Everyone who knows me knows that like that's kind of the music I grew up on. I ended up in a pop punk band, and I'm very thankful for where my career took me. But heavy metal and low drop tune guitar riffs, that's really like where my heart is when it comes to music and writing and stuff. So yeah, I got a bunch of cool heavy music projects. One with Kid Bookie, and then I have a solo record as well that I've been working on for the last couple of months. That's just a bunch of cool heavy rock songs, and I've got a bunch of different guest vocalists from a lot of my favorite bands doing guest vocals on it and stuff. So yes, lots of heavy music on the way. I know everyone knows me from rock and Good Charlotte, and I keep making hip hop, and they're like, go back to making rock. But I really I love so much different types of music. I don't want to get stuck doing one thing. So you're going to hear a lot of different styles from me, especially while we're stuck at home in this quarantine, and you know, all I can do is sit around and make music. So lots of stuff coming out. Well, thank you, Ducky. I appreciate that. This also has this weird pitch filter, which is cool, but This is kind of cool. I like this. Definitely something I could hear on like a Juice WRLD record or something. How many of you have all checked out the new Juice WRLD record? I've listened to it probably 100 times already. Definitely one of the most inspirational artists for me in a long time. I think a lot of people try to bridge that gap between hip hop and rock, and a lot of times they've grown up on one scene and are kind of new to the other scene, but I feel like Juice WRLD was such a strong blend of both rock and hip hop. He truly knew both sounds, he knew both scenes, and he was just such a special artist. Really sad to see him gone because, you know, he's amazing. All right, let me check my tuning on this, and then we'll put this part down. Find a good BPM for it. So I'm going to go a lot slower than that. Let's try somewhere around maybe 90. That's probably good. I like that. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the chat. If you're digging any of these loops, or if I play something cool that you like and I go past it, tell me to go back to it. Or if you like a certain sound, or I'd love some input and some feedback on what you guys are thinking. And again, if anyone's new to this and you don't follow me on YouTube and Twitch, I'd appreciate you guys going on there and giving me a follow so you can catch up with, you know, with what I'm doing. Let's see. I'll check into my YouTube chat. Wenda, thanks. What's up? I appreciate you checking this out. All right. Looks like the YouTube chat doesn't quite come through to my Restream chat the way I think it should. So one of these days I'm going to get this streaming stuff down. All right. Let's record this part. It's a little quiet. I'm going to turn my input up a little bit. All right, that's going to help. Try this again. All right, plenty of good stuff in there. There was this one kind of weird note that kept popping up between the first and second chord, and somewhere around the end here I was able to play it cleanly without it, so I'm going to find that that take, and then yeah, edit that down. What's up, Paula? Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for watching. All right, so that's the nice second one, but I feel like there are some better takes of the rest of it, so. This one's a little, oh boy, what happened there? Sorry about that. We had a crash. Okay. Not the end of the world. All right. So now I got to record that guitar part over, but nope, saved it for me. Thank you, right? That was my last pass before I changed the input sound. So yeah, we're going to have to record this over again. The downfall of modern technology, right? All right, let's try it again. All right, let's see. Tell them that my preferences aren't right here. Oh, yeah, they are. Probably just using up all my RAM on my computer, so I'm gonna start to get a little lag, which is annoying, but I think we're still okay. Nope. All right, there we go. I think I liked that pass all the way through. I'm just gonna go in and check it out. So for this, I'm actually gonna put some effects on this and treat this to make it sound a little bit more like a vintage sample, and I don't think I'm gonna double it. I'm gonna keep this sound in mono. Can always go back and add a double to it later if I'm feeling it, but I think for now we're just going to try it like this. All right, then we'll just go ahead and loop that. That sounds cool. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna kind of affect this a little bit and see what kind of sound I can get with this. Change it up a little bit. Alright, so first thing I'll probably do is, like usual, take a little low end out. Oh, I already did that, never mind. That was before I knew what sound we were going to use, so I might bring a little bit back in. I'm just going to take a little bit of the gain out. It's still slightly too distorted for the sound I'm looking for. Made it really quiet, but we can try to turn it back up a little. Oh, there's a drive. Okay, so I'm actually going to turn the gain back up because it made it all really quiet. And then I'm going to take this distortion off, see what this sounds like. Much more like what I was looking for. Let's check what we can get on here. Something like that is kind of cool. I like that. It's not too like heavily affected. I'm gonna look at the delay. I kind of want the delay to like, oh, there's 2 delays on here. Try like a little halftime plugin on here, just like kind of fade it in a little bit. Let me see what that sounds like. It's really subtle down here, like this 18% mix. That sounds cool. Definitely getting a message on Twitch that says that I'm having some buffering or low latency issues, so sorry if it's seeming really choppy to anyone. Alright. Alright, let me try something else. I'm not sure what else this needs, but I'm going to do something else to it. This one's called Shaper Box. It's got a lot of really crazy effects. It is fun. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if I pull this effect down. Or that fun, annoying sound. It sounds really cool, but I think that would be something you might want to add on for like an intro, and then when the song kicks in, the regular guitar comes in. That would be. It seems like a little much for just a loop, so we're gonna keep messing around. That's kind of cool. It gives it like a side chain kind of pumping effect, and it's actually panning it back and forth, which helps with it being like just a mono track, like I said. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. That's cool. Especially if you have headphones on or some good speakers, you can really hear that. All right, what I'm gonna try to do now, I'm gonna try to add like a lead or some kind of a second sound to it. Definitely starting to get a little latency because I'm sure I'm working my computer pretty hard right now between all of this, so. Drop the buffer size down a little, that should help some. Okay, alright, so listen through and see if we can come in. I kind of like something like that. I'm going to put the click track on here so I can be on time, and I'll play along for a little bit more and then I'll record it. Thank you, Dre's Cave on YouTube. Alright, so I really like those that annoying sound, sorry. I really like the beginning there, but I want something at the end, something more dissonant. I'm trying to look for something maybe either slightly out of key or somewhere in like the diminished realm that just kind of gives it something kind of a little more haunting because it feels a little happy. So I'm just gonna mess around with the couple of last notes until I find something that sounds cool. Thank you, Peso. Appreciate that. Okay, just those two notes are nice. It reminds me of The Cure or something like that. The Cure is always the master of sad pop. My two favorite words. Sad pop music is the best. All right, let me put something down here and see if we can get a good take. Okay, that's nice. I like that. I like that. I always think it's important to try to implement your roots or your the things that like really make you love music. Even though when I make these loops, I'm thinking, okay, what would someone who is trying to make a Little Peep or a Juice WRLD style song, like a current modern artist who's looking for that, and that's what I'm keeping in mind when making these. But I'm also thinking, how can I put in my sound? How can I bring like influences from The Cure and the Deftones and like bands that really mean a lot to me? How can I bring those sounds into it? So anytime I might do a chord or a sound or something that really feels like one of those bands I love when I can find a way to bring that in, and maybe some young new artist picks this up as a loop and puts it on a track and they don't even know who The Cure is, but maybe discovers them through some stuff I listen to. So got to think about that kind of stuff when you're making music. Make sure you're doing you as well as making stuff that you think people would like, you know? All right, let's hear this loop through. All right, so that one already comes in a little off time, but it's okay. We'll find a good one. It's gonna move all these on the grid just a little bit. So these all need to be pretty perfect to make sense. This one's got to come in. These are all coming a little late. Apologize for my not perfect guitar playing, but I am live. Makes me a little nervous. You can put me in front of 10,000 people for a concert and I'm good, but when I know there's, you know, a handful of people watching me on the internet, I get nervous. Okay, now that one got moved off. Let's try this right here. That's not where I want that to come on. It's coming in early. I want that to come in, I think, like here maybe. Still early. That sounds more like what I was the timing, so let me double that up and we'll hear it all together. Alright, cool, I like that. I feel like there's something slightly out of tune in that lead somewhere. Maybe I bent it somewhere, so I'm gonna use Autotune, which I know most people think about as a vocal effect, but you can put it on instruments, and sometimes for little tiny things that go out of tune like that, it's super helpful. What's our tuning? I'm pretty sure we are in D minor. So let's put that on. You know what it is? It's because I have the wobble up a little high on RC20, and those two are not going to go well together. So pull this down, maybe take this magnitude up. Might make this lead happen less times. Like, let's see if I take out the middle one. I'm going to try this with a little distortion on it because I feel like the sounds are too similar. Maybe add some reverb to the sound as well. I'm not sure I love this anymore. I feel like I like the melody, I like the sound, but I feel like that background sound is like very percussive and choppy, and everything else is really smooth. So I'm not sure what it needs. I'm gonna try something like, let me see what happens if I reverse it. Play it backwards. Sometimes that's a cool way to help that. Cool, but maybe not the move yet. Thank you guys. I appreciate all the kind words. Thank you for checking this out. If you guys aren't already following me on YouTube or subscribing on Twitch, I'd love for you to go ahead and do that, just so you can know when I go live and when I do these things. Try to do them about once a week. Okay, now that I'm going to try that with the Autotune back on it, now that I took the RC20 off. Let's see if that changes anything for me. Try something like that, see if that changes anything. All right, I like that a little better, kind of just a little more subtle, a little more affected in the background. So play it through from the top one more time. I think I'll just bring this lead in halfway through instead of. Okay, nice. So, all right, so that's 2 loops. If any of you guys are watching this and you're digging these, or producers looking for loops, this is a new just all guitar pack I'm working on right now. It's all going to be in the vein of sort of Little Peep, Juice WRLD, Ian Dior, all that kind of good crossover stuff that's coming out. So all these loops will be in that pack, dropping on my BeatStars, billymartin.beatstars.com. And I think that's where I'm going to wrap it up with the stream today. We got 2 cool loops in. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, all that good stuff, so you guys get your updates, and leave some comments. Let me know what you want to see for the next one. I really really appreciate that, and I dig all the support I get for that. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Okay, thanks again.